Now hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Swiss 01 video. And look what we have right in front of us today. Yeah. So right now we are in the X-Plane Flight Simulator and what is this supposed to be? This is a plane, as you can tell, obviously, but it's quite a special one, isn't it? Now, as you can kind of tell already, this is actually a 737-8, which does struggle to fly properly right now. When you look at it up front, it does look kind of normal, but when you actually look at it from the side, you can see that it's more of a shortened version of the 737, which looks very interesting indeed. And this plane is totally crashing now. Jesus Christ. Ooh, we have gone into the ground. That was a vertical speed of 55,000 in the minus, of course. That was not. Oh, now the plane's appearing again. That's good. What the hell? Now, this is actually a 737 in the meme version, which is something that a viewer of mine actually sent to me earlier today. Yep, what they did basically was they took the default 737-8 X-Plane actually has and shortened its fuselage, which actually looks very close to the good old 737 photoshops that you can find all around the internet. As you can see, we have an example of that down here. And this is actually a very nice example of what would happen if you were to build a plane like this. Because as you can obviously tell, this plane doesn't fly properly, like at all. There we go, just spawning into approach. We immediately flip over. Yeah, what is definitely happening right now is that we have a issue of center of gravity. As you can see, the plane is basically spinning all around its tail. And that's probably because of a few reasons. First of all, obviously, if you were to build a plane like this in real life, maybe it could fly a little bit, but obviously this one's wing is way too large. Yeah, this wing that we have on here produces probably way too much lift, which is what is happening right now. As you can see, the plane is pulling up way too much. So yeah, that's a way too large wing. And obviously, I'm also talking about the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizer. All these wing surfaces are way too large for this very short fuselage. Other than that, this plane should fly. Something that's probably also happening is that the flight simulator still thinks that there must be something behind the actual aircraft. There's something missing, but the flight simulator still thinks it's some kind of there, but it's the center of gravity is definitely messed up here too, which is why the flight simulator won't let this aircraft fly properly. And there we go, it's a crash. And now we're 10 feet deep into the water again. This was not a smooth landing, was it? Alright, I mean, you know, that's kind of all there is to this aircraft. Yeah, maybe at higher altitudes, this plane is able to somewhat stably fly. We've got no control, though, up here. There we go. We've established some kind of a stable flight. That is pretty nice here in the 737. Normally, this would be the 737-800. Now it is the 737-10, judging by the fuselage. Actually, it is true. The longer the 737, the larger the number of it. For example, the 737-100 is quite short compared to the 737-800 or even the 737 MAX. But yeah, that's all that is to this add-on. It doesn't fly, which is unfortunate. Alright, I did download something else for this video as well. Another interesting conversion of a plane that we can also find. Now, we all know and love the B52 by Boeing. This is a very interesting plane that's a little outdated now. As you can tell, it has 8 engines, which is probably the most jet engines a plane has ever had. It's really interesting indeed. Let's take it off. There we go. Now you may wonder, how could you possibly upgrade or convert this plane? Well, there's a lot of ways. First of all, this plane, as I've already said, it's a little outdated. It came out in the 50s, didn't it? So yes, it does need some updates, especially on the engines. Let's see what someone out there has developed. And it looks like this. Okay, let's just spawn this one in. All right. Whoa. Okay. How do I work through this now? Now, this is, of course, still some kind of B52. You can definitely tell that. I mean, it has the landing gear design, which is very interesting. The aircraft cannot really stand straight on its own, which is why it's got these wheels here that are tucked to the wings, which looks very dumb, actually, but, you know, it works. The engine's definitely got the biggest upgrade, though. This is actually, guess what? The GE90 engines. Yes, that's the engines that the 777-300ER have. And let me just say, these are are super powerful engines, and they are super huge as well. I mean, you know, compare that to a 737 fuselage. The 777 engines are as wide as a 777 fuselage, which is just crazy. But let's just go ahead and see how they perform here with the B52 that used to have 8 engines. Now it's only got 2, but they're powerful. Very much. Let's see if they're powerful enough for this one. Let's hope that this one flies a little bit better than the 737 conversion that we had checked out. Let's hope that this B52 flies a little bit better than the 737 we checked out earlier in this video. Alright, there we go. Well, it does fly apparently. The gear comes in quite nicely. There we go. This is looking nice. I think we actually do have weaponry on board. Let's see if we can use them. I mean, after all, the B52 is a bomber plane, so it can be used for bombing, right? There we go. We can change the weapons here, and there's a lot of weapons on board. Okay, alright. A lot of bombs. Let's just drop them. There we go. Ah, nice. Alright, come on. Here they calm down just nicely. We'll come to Swiss 01. Alright, when will they drop? When will we see the explosion? There we go. That's just nice. Right above the south of France, and there we go. We have dropped all the bombs that we have on board. That was a very successful flight, wasn't it? Let's actually get this plane landed again with these GE90 engines. Oh, we might be a little high in there. Let's change that a little bit. Oh god, the stall warning is horrible. Come on. Oh, the view is messed up. This landing is gonna be messed up too, right? Okay, come on. We can still do this. Landing gear's down. Everything's ready. Let's get this plane landed. Okay, that might have not been a very nice landing, but the plane is still alive. So that's good. Alright, so that's the B52 in the modern version. Is that one ever going to happen? I don't think so. I mean, as you can tell, it can fly, so that's good. But I don't even know if we even need the B52 these days. It's a very nice plane, but, you know, it's not really needed anymore. But there we go. This was quite a nice one, wasn't it? Now, let's finish this off with another very interesting add-on plane that I found, but not for X-Plane, but for the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Because there's obviously also a lot of people developing planes for that one that are very interesting indeed. Let's just switch simulators for a moment. Alright, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now here we are in the planes selection menu. We have already checked out a few interesting add-on planes like the X-Wing from Star Wars or something. That was very interesting indeed. But we have got a very special plane here as well. Now the interesting plane that we're going to check out today is, it doesn't have a name apparently. It's called Simple Aircraft by My Manufacturer. That doesn't sound right, but this is a very interesting one anyway. Let's check it out. Alright, come on. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, that's the wrong plane, isn't it? This is a small version of the... What is that? Is that the Enterprise? God damn it. Yeah, the interesting add-on plane that I was actually going to show you was this one. This is a flying engine for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but for some reason I cannot get it to work here. It doesn't show up here in the menu for some reason. So that's it here, I guess. I mean, an interesting plane that we also have is a UFO. Let's hope that this one works, because otherwise this will be a very disappointing one. Okay, for some reason we have an invisible plane now, like completely invisible. It doesn't work at all, and it doesn't even fly properly, does it? Oh wow, this is going crazy now. 500 knots. Okay, this is actually kind of nice. We now have a super duper fast plane. This could actually work to make like interesting shots for a video or something, right? I mean, this is actually kind of cool, isn't it? There we go. We're moving at several hundred knots across the Alpine Mountains. Oh, let's not crash into an Alpine mountain though. Oh Jesus. Hey, this is genuinely pretty cool, isn't it? I like this. Okay. Oh, we're now crashing. All right, but that's all we got today. I was actually expecting to talk about a flying engine. That would have been interesting as well, right? But that doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Oh, all right. UFO is dead now. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.